звук на телевизоре, отлично. Так. Что говорят мои... Тут хер пойми. Много всего можно усвоить, но нельзя ничего усвоить. Разблокировать. Настоящих навыков. Нужны очки навыков, чтобы разблокировать. Чудо, мне новые очки навыки тоже нужны для других вещей. Казалось бы. Заметки. Никак, никак. Нахрен надо. Завтра. Никто не говорит. На что можно отдать? Эй, камон. Это дебил. Зачем ее решать? Это тоже нахрен не нужно. И это нахрен не нужно. Можно попробовать. Невозможно. Хуй знает, где этот пиздюк гуляет по побережью. Пошли искать. Вот эти что типа ходят. У вас ничего нового.
Vigilance officer.
Драм.
What can this old carabiner do for you?
А я разве это не пролетал?
It's a Bell McGrave. 4.46 caliber. Breech loading. Reversal made. Good.
His moves are quick and precise as he first checks the weapon, then aims it at the sea. This man knows firearms.
This one's inoperable. The bolt spring is missing and the mechanism is jammed shut. Still a beauty. Where did you find her? I'm not surprised. There are probably lots of forgotten wartime weapons lying around here. But as for the rifle, I don't know what else to tell you. These BM-446s are an antique. No one uses them anymore. The ammunition is impossible to find.
Можно, значит, продавать. Я могу одеться в драму. Так, нет, он не включен, звук не включен, нормально. Сейчас наряжусь как дебил, блядь. И придумаю какую-нибудь хуйню. Не свойственна мне такая дичь. Вообще, блядь. Что за дичь? Пацаны, блядь, вообще не это самое. Никак не реагируют на то, что перед ними, блядь, мужик переодевается в какую-то дичь. Просто такие... Ой, вот очки не в тему. Просто стоит такой чувак, хуяк, переоделся, блядь, с какой-то хуйней стоит, и нормально, блядь, все хорошо. А почему бы и не да?
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabiner do for you?
Go long, go deep, go unconventional.
Sure, officer. Let's hear your take. I'm not following you.
He'll get it. Don't worry. Just continue. He's gonna be impressed. The man stares at you. Doesn't look like he's imagining it. The carabiner crosses his arms and spits in the crater.
You're talking about getting blackout shit-faced drunk and going into delirium, right?
The lieutenant looks up from his notes and nods to the old carabiner.
Пиздеть до
How
конца.
so, then?
The lieutenant sighs audibly.
And I thought getting my knee shattered and surviving on rat carcasses in the trench.
Your sarcasm will be your undoing, old man.
Взять медаль.
Can we get back to our game now?
He mumbled.
Хотя
You
можно пользоваться.
certainly had me fooled.
Блять, можно, конечно, медаль было спиздить. Но... Чтобы что, блять? Чтобы,
It
блять,
is
как
such
ружье
a
куда-нибудь.
pleasure to see you again, officer. How may I head the city?
Ну и нахуя. Так, чё я в драме, блять, хожу? Хуйня ваша драма. Где мой визуальный анализ? Ладно, драма, оставайся. Хотя, минутку. У меня был нормальный болевой порог шаг. Заебись. Так. Что еще я могу добыть в этом мире? Сегодня по побережью пиздашить. Или зайти в книжный магазин пообщаться. Так, куда ты? Прости, господи. Ну да, по заметкам тогда. Хотя можно посмотреть вот эту хуйту. Морел криптозоолог. Блять, я к нему не подходил, он с техникой. Не, ну серьезно. Где там блядский морел? Иди сюда, родной.
Hello. Lena and I were just discussing the design of the new trap.
А что, я не проходил?
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small. You should ask the red-headed boy, Kuno.
A little hooligan. But what would a...
Oh, my dear Morel, you've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment...
Delinquents, my favorite.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us.
Охуеть.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
After this is your last chance to talk to Gary.
Really, Gary? We're getting somewhere here.
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. Morel, it's been fun, really, but I need a bath, and I have to...
No need to apologize, Geary. You'd be more than helpful.
He keeps the language unemotional, but it's in there. Disappointment.
Ты что ли, Гарри?
Always a pleasure to see... I mean, officers.
Понятно. Нихуя. Ладно, пошли потолкуем с мелким пиздюком. Хотя он, блядь, был бы доверительнее, если бы я ему отдал кое-что. Но я не отдал. чисто из-за того, что ебаный в рот.
Fuck does Kuno care? No, Kuno doesn't give a fuck about.
So he knows locusts are bugs.
Oh my god, I told you that shit is lame!
Shut up, see.
Now they're gonna take you to lame prison!
She sounds like she's about to cry, out of disappointment at Kuno's newfound lameness.
Deny everything, Kuno. You need to look.
Kuno's not gonna say anything without his lawyer present.
Lame. That rings some bells. Could this be connected to Night City, aka the City of Rage?
Oh god, Kuno, no! It's gonna happen now. They're gonna make you.
Stop it, see. No one's gonna make anyone lame. Kuno's got this
There's definitely something going on here. You should check out Kuno's shack, the one with the pig's head.
Kuno doesn't.
Окей. Мы ж такие, мы ж такие.
All around you, the hisses and chirps of locusts fill the musky air. The earthen floor of the shack has been like skyscrapers, spires of dirt and sand rising.
Well, detective, it appears you've solved the case of the locusts. For the missing locust case, which is a sub-case of the imaginary insect case. At least that's going well.
Подъебал, так подъебал.
Oh, I'm not being sarcastic at all. We are making real progress.
Ах ты, сука, мразь.
When someone says they're not being sarcastic, it's usually a good sign that they're being very sarcastic.
If anything, the presence of the locust points to the opposite. The phasmid did not take the bait from the... But what do I know?
Use your powers of deduction. You knew the magic bug was nowhere near here. The phasmid is impairing your judgment.
I'll let you handle the Kuno side of things.
Ого, блядь.
Fuck does Kuno care? Yeah. Kuno took the bugs. So what? It's not Bugtown. It's the city of locusts. Locusts aren't just bug shit. They come out of the sky like a fucking shadow. Shit descends.
Stop!
Locusts coming down like a shadow. This must be the Night City he mentioned when you asked him where he's been.
Yeah, Locust City. City of Rage. City of Lights.
There's a tug of war over the name of his fantastical city. It's almost the girl forces herself to watch again. The corners of her. The lameness is causing her physical pain. The damage may be permanent.
Maybe I am.
Did he just say I? Kuno usually calls Kuno, Kuno.
Oh my god, Kuno! He's gonna make you totally lame in, like...
Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his own man. Kuno's free. Kuno made himself into Kuno. Kuno can make himself into anything. Kuno can make himself into a pig if he wants. Kuno can make himself into a...
Don't make yourself into a pig, Kuno! You'll have to take me away.
In it, you hear snow melting, dripping from the eaves. Someone, so that's what this is about.
I don't believe you.
For once, the boy is lost for words. He turns completely red now, with splotches of white beginning to appear across his face.
I don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway. Shit is all lame now. She was right.
The girl's face appears again, above the fence. Just, she doesn't know whether to be glad because Kuno's finally convinced of the lameness, or more worried because of his continued use of the first person singular. Kuno is Kuno, not I.
It don't mean anything. It's shit. Kuno just likes to focus. Kuno likes to concentrate on shit. Build shit when he's zip pig. You really shouldn't have fucked with Kuno City. Now it's all fucking lame. Kuno's gonna let the fucking locusts die. The fuck are they trying to catch anyway? With the traps? Huh.
He recognizes the name.
Bitches think Kuno doesn't know shit. The fuck out of here. Kuno's tired of this shit.
As you leave, you notice his usual rooster-like swaying posture has changed. Slowed down. There's silence between the two children. They're not saying anything to each other. Not.
Ха-ха. Заебись. Навел шухеру.
Hello, officer. I think I almost have it. A new trap design, that is. I know. So it was just a child.
Thank you for telling us, sweetie. This is good news, right? It means we can try again.
She acts chipper, but something's changed in her tone.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap. Then we'll need to inspect the...
He has a 38-degree fever. His resilience.
Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting sick.
You're right, you're right. We can come back next season, when it's warmer.
You can? Fine. It's better than having people with pneumonia on the coast. But after this...
He wants to see this tale through, as much as you. Otherwise, he'd have stopped this already. But he cannot.
Really? It's too much, officer.
What Morel means is we're great...
Here's a fresh batch of locusts. They should slide right down the funnel. And thank you again. We will definitely mention you, should this lead to a discovery. I'm not talking co-discovery, of course, but...
Чё мне, блядь, дали? Да, что там вспоминать? Окей, с чем-то разобрались. Спящий почтовый рабочий. Блять, уже не как Томми Леом. Блять, кто это? Не помню опять. Все забыл. Грубая сила головомеру. Да, охуенный план. Мне нравится. Сид Харди идет нахуй. Окно кафетерии. Я думаю, время не пришло еще. Так ведь? Время ведь не пришло.
Behind the dock, you see 2, maybe 3 bushes
Время не
growing.
пришло. Что еще осталось? Джойс Месси. Это, блядь. Концептуализация невозможна. Полицейская волна легендарна. А у меня полицейская волна... Я не проебал ли там полицейскую волну? Или мне просто не хватает, блядь, процентов? Или мне просто, блядь, всего лишь один фарш плащ на полицейскую волну? Больше нихуя. Да, да. Ну да, стильный диско-блейзер. Тоже наверх. Плащ. И все. Полицейская волна наверняка полностью еще и прокачана, да? Ничего, полицейскую волну больше не уменьшает. Ну иди сюда, родной.
Again?
He might be wearing a
Недоступно,
disguise.
да. Я, видишь ли, коп. Да понятнушки. Так. Полицейская волна полностью прокачана. Все. Хуй ты что сделаешь? Пока... А ты Джойси Месье, что ли? Кто такой Джойси? Так. Много вопросов, башка не варит. Джойс Месье.
Again? I can't believe...
He might be wearing...
Человек в темных очках. Джойс Месье. Кто такой?
Yes? What is it?
Кто такой Джойс Месье?
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
Блять. Не могу вспомнить. Хоть гугли, блять. Ладно, это Джойс Месье. Лилейная рыбачка. Понятно, штанга. Грубая сига. Хуй там. Машина для производства мороженого. Хуй там. Резина. Резчика с игральной костей. Трепет. Легендарно. Можно при этом. Дверь в церковь. Не нужно. Трепет легендарно. Но трепет я только могу собрать. Почему нет? Почему я проебал этот момент? Или не могу? Да, попробуем. Есть что?
Hello again, esteemed officer.
Всего хорошего. Грубую силу, по идее, тоже могу, по идее, собрать, но нет. А, да, нихуя себе, даже так, без фонарика вообще не пройти. Ладно, собираем одежду на трепет и трепещем нахуй. Блять, как это много времени занимает. Трепет +1. Трепет плюс 3. Добрый вечер.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Ох, ниху. Я себе. Пиздец. 28% слишком низкий шанс. При трепете, причем 5. А мне ничего трепета не уменьшает? Точно? Да, это, конечно, сильно интересно. Я прокачать трепет не могу. Я могу просто...
Oh, it's you
Нет,
again.
я не стану так делать. Полная хуйня будет. Там внизу требуется неебическая грубая сила, непонятная хуйня. Больше там ловить тоже нехуй. Ладно, идем туда на пристань. Все дороги ведут сюда. О, каши. Ебать мой хуй, здравствуйте.
Tequila sunset. My jacket?
A look of consternation crosses the man's face. He looks at you, then...
What the fuck are you talking about, Tequila? Foam? That's medium concept stuff, not my style at all. I can't believe I'm saying this, but maybe you should...
It becomes abundantly clear to you how this man managed to lose his keys. I'm calling it. It's neurological.
That shit is so medium concept, I wouldn't touch it with a stick. But yeah, okay. I'm sure it looks great on you.
Хуя ты, блядь.
It's an okay jacket, if you are into that look.
Рассказыватель истории, который, блядь, с потерянной памятью.
The legend returns. You know the dance. Smokable smokes. Pissable pilsner.
Don't call it.
There's...
Вечно, блядь. Так я мог, конечно, трепет, конечно. Опа, нихуя.
I've been meaning to have a little chat with you about your sense of style. I'm glad you finally started dressing a little more like an officer of the RC.
Your half-brother is proud to stand beside you. The lieutenant regards you for a moment, unsure whether you're making a joke or not. And
Right, detective. You know the expression, the clothes make the man? The right outfit in the right situation can make all the difference in the world. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, detective.
a warm smile.
Anyway, we should probably get back to the...
Yes, блядь.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do.
Yes. Yes.
Понятно.
The scruffy-haired little...
Очень интересно.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the...
The waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down. Simmer down, bastards.
Так. В натуре нужно вспомнить, где был, блядь, поляцкий хазмит. Там, где-то там, где-то там, где-то слева там. Это что за пацаны, блядь? Вас, блядь, не было. Ох, нихуя. А чё их 3?
The trap stands empty near the reeds. No insect sounds or movement around. Only the reeds, the locusts, dazed from being transported, slowly begin to acclimate to their new surroundings. They're not really going to get the chance to get comfortable here.
Good, now that's done. When do you think we will return to our... Don't answer that. It was a rhetorical question.
Да вы гоните! Это еще не закончилось. Я здесь был ведь. По-другому никак. Так, этот плакат тоже, смотрю, тут расстреливали. Добродеев. Или не добродеев, не был. Что там за пацаны, блядь, пальцем тыкали? Посмотреть, блядь. В нашем районе шебуршит. Да, блядь, что, туда не пройти, что ли? Туда не пройти. Может прокачать какое-нибудь убеждение дурацкое? Потратить на это очки. Что-то не подсказывает, что, наверное, да. Гийом Лемийон. Усвоить что нельзя? А, нужно разблокировать. Усвоить.
You see, a once bright mural towering above you. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now,
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Khan Hailostam. You must be Kim Kituragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, hypertext, young carp, and the collection of cultural hyperlinks. Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows. No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into Worms lately.
the man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in 08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol Wet.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why? Well, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries.
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical, and Felt, which now sells ink cartridges motors.
Hold on. What's R&D? It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind...
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore. You're probably more familiar with RTD. Research...
Mea culpa. You are not familiar with that one either. This man is a bookhead.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the... Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here. It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for tape computers. An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
He assumes something like a combat stance, facing the wind.
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even a boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D. Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
A pleasure wheel?
Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory. It's clear he would prefer they were a big wheel.
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to be... Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers...
Wait, is he saying that we should just bypass the excesses of the revolution?
Tape computers. They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases, the most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars. What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol.
A short-lived legislative foundation.
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album Bombessier d'Insolente. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite.
Buckle up.
10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time.
Wait, did he just say Wompty Dumpty Dum Center?
Tili-tili-bom.
He did it. He said Wompty Dumpty Dum Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world. What the hell is a Wompty Dumpty Dum Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Joost?
The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Art. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to... In fact, I'm not. The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine...
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The Feld playback experiment... Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources reported, who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions. But of course, what else? No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain.
Pick your brain? If anything, this was rather one-sided.
Ладно. Очень интересно. В скобочках нет, трубку убрали.
There's some tan, an empty cigarette.
Yes, what is it? I don't want to make anything work. Yes, anything.
It's not the anodic dance music that's made her bitter. It's the failure of Fortress Accident.
That's right. If we couldn't get our Welkins to happen, I don't want anything to happen. Ever again.
There's not a trace of irony in her voice. She means it.
Нихуя себе, бля, 97%. Блять, я не хочу, но это похуй.
Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
She thinks about it. A glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind.
All right. Bring me the game's offsite copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself. No, that's the production schedule you stole and accessed without authorization. I don't need it.
In his defense, it was simply lying in the desk drawer of an abandoned cubicle.
Okay, but still. Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady. Good. Then you might know the giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. The filament is inside the fridge. Just go and get it. In the giant ice bear fridge. I just told you. It has red glowing eyes. It's impossible to miss.
But you've been to the fridge and it wasn't there. There was a note saying,
Wait. A note from whom? Did it specify where they took the filament memory? Jawiza. Of course. Our project lead, Suliswov Jawiza. God, he was always so hell-bent on keeping the copy somewhere safe. And feature creep. Like it would have made a difference. The offsite copy was perfectly safe when the data loss happened. That data loss was anomalous. And the heads... I won't even get into the heads. Millions of them. Go find that
Valley of 1,000 Heads. You like the sound of that.
This is getting ridiculous. Can't you just defrost it? Or, I don't know. I don't know about the idea.
There's a solution, but she doesn't want to hand it over to you yet. It's a thing. Something she holds dear.
The bookstore lady hates me. Says I'm part of the curse. Whatever that means. Because she's from Martinez, and people from Martinez have never ever seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil. Yes, but she literally started praying for the higher powers when she first saw my...
The lieutenant coughs like he's amused.
Once I came in one morning, only to find that my terminal was full of those strange trinkets and amulets. Wards. It looked like some Semenine magic. It's a backup of my former employer's project. The radio game we...
She's making it extra simple for you.
The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint...
Hold on. If it's called an off-site copy, then why is it still on-site?
Oh god, not this again.
Basement?
And no. We clear?
This is clearly a painful topic for her. She must have had to explain herself numerous times.
Thanks.
Нихуя,
Here's my
блядь.
Qualsund multi-tool.
Где
You
ты
might
была
need to
раньше-то?
hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offside copy, then you can keep the Qualsund.
Нихуя, блядь. Квалсун,
It
блядь.
hurts a bit for her to say this. She's not too happy to be part of the legendary Kvalsund multi-tool. This is Prybar version 2.0 for professionals like you.
Охуеть, блядь. Вот так это и делается, да?
The mother of humanism stands above.
Най-най, на-на-на-на-на-на-най. На-ра-на-най. Вот так все просто, нахуй, блядь. Охуеть. Не встать, не сесть. Теперь я знаю, где ее сломать, нахуй. Пойдем, Ким, у нас новая задача, блядь. Прокачать трепет? Или открыть что-то? Нет. Мне, возможно, не хватит грубой силы. И ее придется качнуть. А, подождите-ка, я не могу ее качнуть. А что я могу качнуть? Секундочку, почему ты светишь тогда? Либо я что-то не понял, либо я дурак. Ну да, походу я дурак. Время пришло. Инструмент достать мне. Сейчас я что-нибудь сломаю. Та-та-та-та-та-та-та-та-та-та-та. Иди сюда, родная дверь.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
It's a minute. The washer won't...
It may have been used to serve as an aerostatic battleship in the atmosphere, or a fortification, like a sea fort in the bay.
Техника 6. Секунду. Че, серьезно? То есть я, блядь, даже с супер неебическим инструментом не могу ее открыть? За кого вы меня принимаете? Мне технику дает только перчатки, что ли? По-моему, да. Насколько я помню. Почему тут техника? О май гад. Я думал, блядь, все так просто, а? Все так логично. У меня будет супер ключ, который сможет открыть супер дверь. Кстати, да. Есть еще одна дверь, которую можно открыть. Попытаться, по крайней мере. Так, я так и не нашел пиздюка. Пиздюка любящего. Нихуя, блядь, я с собой коробку тащу. Это любит прогуливаться. По берегу. Сука, мразь такая, где он лазит? Ладно. Есть задача. Вот, серьезно. Я все-таки рейверам, блядь, наркоманам помогу, блядь, ебаным. Ну ладно, помогу, разговорю. Кучу квестов выполню, только нахуя помогать тем, кто, блядь, пытается наркопритон открыть. Блядь. Неразумная хуйня. Неразумная. Нет, сволочь где-то лазит. Ладно, здесь его нет. Когда пойдет снег, сюда вернуться. Странное чувство. Почему? Ну, в общем, я прошарахался по берегу. Не нашел типа. Видимо, он где-то другие берега топчет. Наверное, в своем богатеньком районе. А там чьи следы? А, даже так. Еще не прошла.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master.
Грубая сила. А зачем? А чтобы что? Интересно, хочу ли я распечатку все взять с этой игры?
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand crank ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
Ой, чё так жестко? Если так.
This orange machine is dead still.
Одинаково какой-то. Хорошо. Не, ну серьезно. Это все, что у меня есть на грубую силу. Опа, минус 2 грубая сила. Понятно. Грубая сила плюс 1. Грубая сила. Да ладно, вы гоните. Майка. Только майка дает грубую силу, правильно я понимаю вас? Только майка, нихуя больше. Ни очки грубой силы, ни ботинок грубой силы. Даже порог сила воли. Но не грубая сила. Да, это во мне это.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-crank ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
Попытка не пытка тогда.
Ice groans and howls
Oh,
under the strain of your giant Kvalsund multi-tool until the lid cracks open. Darkness lies inside, but you can faintly make out an object, intricate and foreign. Left there for a sub-zero, you gently lift the cube from its frosty bedding. Careful not to...
We should take it back to Miss Lukanen killed as soon as possible. I'm not sure how well unused filaments...
Yes, but aren't you curious to know what's on the precious filament? There's a radio computer.
Вот я так и думал. Будет два вариантика. Что-то мне подсказывает.
There. Working class drunk. You know what this means, right? Cracked it. All in a good day's work. What do you mean, what did I crack? Look at how working class that drunk is. No. Stop goofing around, recruit. Yes, and you found him. Now go and tell the working class woman. Didn't she repeatedly tell you her husband isn't Misinda?
Поздно, эта мысль поздная. Слишком ушла уже.
There's no need for champagne when there's honor, recruit. Go and tell the working class woman.
Шо нам? Так, не туда. Это не тот мужик, который, блядь, орал хуйнял. Так, а вам-то что нужно было? Что спиздить ваши курточки? Мне нужно было всего лишь что...
Hey, piss.
Сумрак.
Look who it is. Shrunken cophead.
Сумрак. Ладно, ребята, я к вам еще вернусь. Я чувствую прям, что если я кубик ставлю в тот компьютер, кубику настанет пизда. Не знаю, почему у меня такое предчувствие. Мне, конечно, любопытно. Но... чуть-чуть понимаю смысл этой игры. Я не стану так поступать, отдам сразу. Что я еще... Ай, блядь, я забыл к старичкам зайти. Fuck that chat. Сообщить им, что я поставил саранчу.
Yes, what is it? Yes? Thanks. Looks like it's the one. Now I'm going to print it out to see what's left of it. I have a theory. Lintel was able to divine the location of the anomaly from this broken copy. I want to repeat their calculation, only this time with better equipment. Watch. What an intricate display of failure.
The paper starts filling out with ink, soaking it in a... This is wrong. Machines shouldn't behave like that. It's the abyss staring back at you.
Чё?
Sona doesn't reply, her hands running over the printout. She's looking for something. For her morning.
Here. I found it. Hold on. Just give me a second. I'm almost...
I've never witnessed a programmer work before.
done. I've got it. I found the location of the anomaly. I found the coordinates.
Great job.
Thank you. There, in the swallow. Think you can help me again? I need you to go move those water bolts for me. I need to double check my calculation.
You like moving things around. Moving...
Just walk over to the circle and follow my instructions. Move the third bolt 2 centimeters to the left, and the fourth bolt 5 centimeters to the right. This should do the trick.
Третью на 2, четвертую на 5.
Thanks.
С какой стороны их считать?
It's awfully silent again, as if someone took... Measurements have been marked down around the bowls, each chalk-drawn line representing a centimeter on the floor. Oh boy, this is going to be good. It moves like a ghost without creating a single trace of sound. Some water spills out of the bowl. The lead programmer sends you an encouraging thumbs up from across the hall. Time to run back, or maybe walk. This is a sacred place after all.
Священное место, бегать нельзя, но я тут с монтировочкой хожу.
Yes, what is it? Great. Everything should be aligned now. Yeah, nothing. Now the only thing left to do is to unmute the head. If we got the location right, we should then be able to hear whatever sound this anomaly makes. Honestly, I'm a little scared. I don't know. That's what I'm scared of. I don't know. It could be anything. I mean, what sound does the nothing make? How can you even listen to something that doesn't exist? What if silence is only what surrounds it, but the swallow itself is... I don't know. I'm just scared. Maybe it's going to be something terrifying.
Like that evil ink that filled the printout. erasing coherence and meaning.
Maybe I'm just tired. Yeah, you're right. Let's do it.
The lieutenant takes a step back, and then nothing. Nothing happens. As Sona, Loken, and Kilda press, you can hear some small animal cross the floor in the chancel. It's that quiet in the sanctuary. She doesn't answer, her eyes closed and brows knitted together in a state of deep focus.
Damn it! No, of course not. Nothing happened. Let's move on.
Despite her fear, she was hoping for something extraordinary to take place.
No. No. My hypothesis was wrong. According to this, I should have heard something if I got the coordinates right. But this is just another failure. Silence sounds like silence. That's all it is. You can try on the headphones. See if you can hear anything. But don't get your hopes up.
This can't be it. You should have a listen.
Конечно, секундочку. Восприятие, говорите, да? Да вы гоните. Если то, что уменьшает восприятие, но то, что увеличивать, нету? Нет, ну вы гоните определенно. Потому что восприятие одно из прокачанных моих прокачек. А, только ботинки дают мне восприятие. Здравствуйте. Ну что ж, это...
Yes, what is it?
All you hear is your own breathing, heavy and hoarse from all the nights spent drinking.
Сука.
It's the breath of an old man. But there's something else. There has to be. Something big. Something... When was the last time this world had anything new to say?
Well, did you hear anything? Yeah. No, I don't think there's any...
The lieutenant looks down at the floor, as if to say, you're wasting. Maybe the speed freaks can help you with this. Go talk with Andre. The mother of humanism stands above you, a precious and complex.
Fuck that. Где этот хер? Почему бутылка не поднята? Где мой пакет, мать вашу? Неудача, ебать. 72%. Здравствуйте.
Hello again.
Hi again. So, how are things going? Yes? What's the deal? What kind of a hitch?
An audio shortfall, you say? Guess what? We got speakers with massive low end. There's a good chance it can do it.
They've got one speaker. One. Uno. Un.
We've got some serious range on this baby. It'll blast her shoes off, believe me. He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies. You know, a host. Yes? Goodbye, officer.
Back to the heavyweight jam. Hardcore! Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. All car! All right! Yeah!
He furrows his brow as his
Hardcore! Ah!
The question is, what is the question? But there was a question?
We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore. Internally all car. All right.
he furrows his brow.
Hard.
The question is, what is the question? But there was no question.
Yes, what is it?
Что, еще разочек можно?
Everything disappears. You are draped in silence like a drowning man staring into his puny little headspace. And then the pressure changes. It feels like flying on an aerostatic, or when your ears pop, or like a subtle difference in the atmosphere. And what if the sound you're looking for is too low for you to hear it?
A better sound system? Alright, but where would we get one?
Suddenly, a rhythmic beat permeates the walls, causing a small patch of...
They should really allocate some renovation funds to this place.
No. What they really should do is shut down the disco men for disturbing neighborhood peace. You mean the speed freaks? Of course. The speed freaks. They have a fantastic sound system. And you think they would help me? I guess I could live through a week or two of peaceful...
Brilliant negotiating there, detective. As always.
Sure. Let me know how it goes. Thanks, officer.
Та-ра-ра-ра-ра.
Hi again. So, how things... Yes? What's the deal? are grateful, Copman. You're an augury of a new era of anodic dance music. That's fine. We can manage. And what about the side business? Have you made up your mind? Oh man, really? You're a complete ballbuster. Fine, we can make do. It's going to take us a bit to move our stuff inside. A couple of hours maybe. Come check.
Regular law official. You've done it, Harry. Whatever else you are, you're also boring now. It was not easy. You spent most of your life trying to funk up every nook and cranny of your personality. When someone says something political, the first 3 thoughts in your head are a ludicrous hodgepodge of communism, fascism, and stock tips. When they ask you why you did something, it's superstardom, apocalypse, or the mea culpas of the flagellant cop monk. It's not easy reaching for the 4th option, the norm.
Чудно. Поставь бонусы какие. В рот ебашков. То есть тупо съебались против всяких. Теперь ты не здесь играли, ладно.
Yes, what is it?
What? What did you say? I can't hear you! The music is too loud!
She shrugs and turns back to her radio computer.
We're close. True, hard, full car. Hardcore. Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. All car. All right. Yeah.
He furrows his brow as his very large head
Hardcore. Ah. Is it though? What is it? I mean, really? No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
Yeah! Back on the case! No disgrace! Bringing the first page of the 2nd chapter!
Could it be? Maybe for him, you only have a chapter or 2 left in you. Last of the penultimate, more like.
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore. Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last month. And isn't something holding it back from being hyper? It's like it's only ultra. I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
If anything, it sounds a bit proto, like it's not fully formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but you are pretty certain a thing cannot be both proto and hardcore.
Нихуя непонятно. Блять, и что ответить? Концептуализация я тебя не понял. Честно говоря, это немного прото.
It is, isn't it? I knew it. But how could it become harder core? I know the answer in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hyper, how could anything be? What? Guys, there's something happening in his head. Oh yeah! He's doomed!
But you're not. This is almost certainly a matter that surpasses the limits of reason.
I know! So does mine! No! This is the answer! Uh-huh. Oh. What? Oh yeah!
But you're not.
I know! So does mine! Uh-huh. Oh. Yeah! No nation, but transnation! No war, but class war!
He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape doc.
Yeah! With a rebel yell!
Don't be a lunatic.
Yeah!
Unless you were thinking Revershaw imperative right now. Anyway, I've had a similar thing happen with eggs yelling. I know what you mean.
Императив. Нахуя мне, блядь, на одну волну становиться Нойком? Блядь, пизда.
Hardcore superstar! Oh sure, I can do that!
If you please don't turn him into a moralist. I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah! Dark hardcore!
Basically, yes it is.
Lungs are for love! Love! In a woman's lungs! Lonely as I am, I'm not afraid! This strange, damaged feeling grows on and on, 'cause I've never loved someone like you before! Alright!
Только футболка дает мне грубую силу. Чудно. Мне вообще это не нравится. Какой-то, блядь... наркомания, мать его.
Vibration. He stands on stage behind a table, nodding along to the music and waving his hand in the air. In front of him, the other reel deck is empty. Cables run hither and thither. On one side, you see an auxiliary line in with the number 4.5 written next to it.
Так.
No, that would be silly. Your body isn't for thinking. It's for robust, wholesome things. Things like discus, javelin, and 400-meter hurdles. Discus.
Че, я не могу ему дать пустую котовку? Я вообще никак.
Good morning! Yeah! Harder!
Зайдет.
She's whistling a melody, her trusty contact mic attached to a wooden pulpit. At the sound of your footstep,
Hey there. I've been recording some new audio from all these beams and rafters. The sounds travelling through the wood are pretty cool. But that's not really what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to thank you instead. For getting me and my friends in here. And we even found some new associates, such as they are. Good, I think. Lloyd is getting a read on the place. I think he finds the carpentry very impressive. Andre's been setting up the compressor and dancing. Egghead's been keeping the sauna, the programmer. She's doing whatever she does behind that radio computer of hers. She doesn't talk to us much. And the crab man, sure, you helped us out. I can repay the favour. What do you want to know? Oh, she's a bit odd, I have to say. Doesn't talk much. I'm not really sure how to vibe with her, you know? Seems like but earlier today she told me about Welkins. And she seemed oddly happy, like she had some idea with those little creatures. Some artistic idea. I didn't really listen, I was busy with my... Oh, the crab man. Still gives me the creeps the way he moves. But he doesn't actually come down that much, I just tried to stay away from the crab man. But he talks to Noid. They seem to have some thing going on. Beats me. Noid said they get along somehow. They're both crazy enough, I guess. Who knows? He doesn't really answer our questions, see? Not that it's easy to ask them. What are we supposed to do? Who do you want to know about? Andre? He's a cool guy. Doesn't really come off as one, but...
She rubs her sides, but not from cold. Her shoulders are relaxed. She must have taken a hit, or she's on an upswing.
He takes care of shit. Sorry. I mean, he's got a vision. For what life should be, you know? He tries to push things until everything falls into place. He's an organised nothing. But then again, there's nothing to organise around here either. Must have taken it as a sign when he found it abandoned like that. Said it was an augury. I don't know where he got that from. Andre's not super intelligent. I've never seen him so psyched about anything though. And he's often psyched. Looks sort of desperate, like it's his last chance or something. Or maybe, I mean, not that he does drugs, just high, you know. Yes. Anyway. Yes. Come to think of it, yes. He's in some kind of a self-destruction mode with that hair of his. Bleaching it like that. Probably wants to get rid of it altogether. Who do you want to know about? He's a four-burger, I guess, like the rest of us. Okay. Maybe not Egg, I don't know about him, but Noid and the rest are from Forberg, making the pilgrimage up. He's real hardcore about the lifestyle. What do you mean do? Like for a living? He's a carpenter, trained and all. He's very good, he just doesn't have the mindset to work like that, in a shop somewhere. He abides by the hardcore, sir. You would have to ask him yourself. Sir, I abide by the law. It's just something poor Forberg kids do every spring, to pass the time. We walk the entire length of Boogie Street, up to Jamrock, or as much as possible. I don't know, man. Have you been down Boogie Street? It's a little bewildering. Kind of. I'm gonna say yes. Okay. Then you should go and take a look, I guess. Boogie Street is cool. It's got a lot of immigrants and all kinds of different people. Yeah. I hope you do. Who do you want to know about? What do you mean? Oh, that. He's the party boy. And Nordic music doesn't really do vocals in the traditional sense. Vocals are thought of as rock. That's to say they're a bit backward. No offence if you like rock music though. Rock music's cool by me.
Pachoo, pachoo, swish. Your credentials as the resident future man of Revachol are being questioned. Show her you're hip with the times, Gramps.
Нихуя.
Anyway, even if you don't have vocals, you still need someone to say something every now and then, right? To urge things on. He basically just stands on the stage and dances.
I understand. People are usually afraid to do things if others aren't already doing them. Dancing makes you dance, like sneezing makes you... Anyway.
Actually, we don't know where he's from. Or one time we were out partying somewhere in backwater Forburg. Or maybe even Colston.
The worst of the Banlieues. A wretched heap of closed-down mines, even west of Gemra, on the dusty slope of Montmartin.
Egg was yelling along to some jam someone was spinning, all night long. Just kept yelling until he didn't have a shred of voice left. When the sun came up over the mines... There were mines? Yeah. It was in Coal City. Egg came with us. He made this wheezing puppy dog sound all the way back. Couldn't even... It was definitely Coal City, because it took us 2 days to walk back to the fort. He just wheezed the whole way. We never really asked why he came with us, or who he was. I think his name is... People are sweet.
You can see it must have been a great night. The memory causes her to go silent for a moment or two.
Who do you want to know about? Me? Again? I told you, I'm a silver bird.
There's that phrase again. Really reminds you of something.
It means I don't answer questions about myself. Thank you. Sure.
Скорость реакции. Скорость реакции. Блять, не помню, такой даже одежды нет. Только то, что уменьшает. Хотя у меня, по идее, скорость реакции должна быть конкретная. Да вы гоните, мать вашу. Да, вы определенно, блядь, гоните. Скорость реакции. Ну, да, конечно, блядь. 4, всего 5. Все равно не хватает. Мешает. Блядь.
You got us in, cop. I can't believe you got us in. Between you and me, I don't know if you've noticed this about me. I'm a little suspicious of authority.
Yes, you really came through for the hardcore underground. How come?
Andre is busy cutting some slightly less lame, but still quite ungainly shapes on the church floor. Cell, using her contact mic, to the one with the large head, is blasting the dance track on repeat, while the stained glass window behind him is rattling from the bass.
Okay.
What he means is, you're right, actually. The tent was a safety hazard, and this place was deserted anyway.
It's a miracle of carpentry. Their bodies carved into total shapes. Now it can be something more. I don't say much anything as a carpenter anymore. They tried to make me into a reckoner and a leveller. I regret the time I dedicated to that profession and that worker collective. I say things more as a member of the hardcore side dance community these days. The material knowledge is mega though. Guild shit. Teaches independence. That's right. The first settlers built it, plus 6 more like it, alone on an uninhabited archipelago. Forced to face themselves, and I would want to build a safe place for myself and my own as well. A cop who's into building critique. Okay then, this is folk DeLoreanism, lawmongerer. It's a subset of early DeLorean architecture. Total. Everything between an ancient concrete cathedral and a glass cube is DeLoreanism. This is just an up like that woman there. Vertical, thin, white, a false image of grandeur. The source of the system is up there. You're at the bottom. They really don't like to show off large and intricate structures. Arches, spires, put you down with them. They were really into painting everything white too. Virginal shit, you know. Marriage shit. Virtue and tyranny. Stands to reason it used to be white on the outside before the sea wind took all the paint off.
Year after year, flake after flake, whitewashed clean, then covered in green moss.
Dead bodies of perennial plants. Sigma functions have left this place. It's a good thing we came along. The spiritual collapse has been total. I saw some piglets suckling their dead mother. Have you heard this one, cop man? After a short while, they shuddered and went away. They had sensed that she could no longer see them, and that she wasn't like them anymore. What they loved in their mother weren't her. End of quote. This is an high-quality carcass. The power of anodic beats and hard bass is needed to reanimate it. A Sarais man who lived a long time ago, an ancient hardcore brother. It never was. A 3,000-year-old regime of history, built by hundreds of generations of self-appointed.
The way he says it, the force in Fool's Core is invested with 20 kilotons.
Anodic dance music. Regular dance music wasn't hard enough. And yes, I do. I don't. Fuck her giving me the evil eye. I didn't know it was in here. We have to get rid of it. Dismantle it. can't dance with a giant mass murderer. Look,
Mellow, man, mellow. No one's a mass murderer. This is a house. Mass murder on the floor.
humanism leads to eating sugar and pigs. Humanism was invented to mass produce billions of humans. Billions of humans can mass produce.
And many, many more tons of sugar.
She liked games. Her legacy, the thing we're living, isn't real life. It's a strategy for some kind of victory against a long dead opponent. But, yo, I'm only annoyed. What do I know? No one says Arno van Eyck is a mass murderer. The Anodic pioneer Rietveld is not a mass murderer. He's likewise. No one says Jermaine Egghead or Andre are mass murderers. You can live entirely outside that suspicion. Billions of people go about not being guilty of mass murder. Just not her. I like this question, Cop Man. She did not live the life of a human. That's not the life that humans live. She was adored. Humans aren't. I don't know about you, but they hate me. And they do not think I'm innocent or some shit like that. Well, they loved her. They put all their love in her and forgot all about the rest of us. The world spirit does not have a body. It has organs. Hardcore is an organ of the... This Arno van Eyck track is an organ. The carpentry and glass cutting that built this house are also organs. She's a thief, if you ask me. An organ thief. All innocences are. There is. She is a party repellent and must be taken down before we can begin partying in here.
The speed freak looks the same way. It is dark there in the back of the church. For a moment, the music echoes strangely.
She invented the beauty you're feeling. Seeing her glass cutters and iconographer, then you meet it. It's effective like that, but it is also very soft of core. That so-called beauty of hers. You wouldn't be the first. Millions liked her. She's got those mass murdering lips.
What a strange choice of word. Caustic. Overflowing with. That can't be healthy. What's happening here? Why do you keep coming back to this window? Well, you shouldn't. You shouldn't come back to this anymore. Stop talking about it, please.
The mass murderer? Why? Okay. Hard to say, Cop Man. Signs in here are distinctly... I did get to talk to the crab anyway. He's been giving me kind of a psychic. Dude's seen some crazy shit, but he's actually a lot like us. The man picks up on stuff. And he knows a lot about... Good thing you didn't squash him. The Crabman's been lurking here for a while. He's experienced things. Things that give off bad signs. As far as we can tell, the Ubies built this place about 320 years ago as a sarcophagus. Encasement, confinement, of something they were afraid of. Something new and unheard of on the Isla. I think that's what the Crabman is like. This is some old world shit the Ubies had heard about. I thought the best way to deal with it was to build a church, surrounding it, to contain it. I don't know, and it's not something they properly understood either. It'll be fruitless though. She won't be able to measure it. People like that always want to measure everything. All those seems to be the trend around here, doesn't it? You can't measure shit like this. It's not like substance. Maybe you can figure things out, Cop Man. I think we got on a good level here. The signs are syncing up well. Dead body, spirit entered. Odd to say, I did get to talk to the... Anyway, he's been giving me... Dude's seen some crazy shit, but he's actually a lot like us. The man picked... Good thing you didn't squash him. Suspicious people are esoteric people. We don't go around spilling everything to Johnny Law. It took us setting out for this whole enterprise to get our signs. It's short for paranoid. A reasonable question. Say I get hurt. I want to make sure it never happens again. So I analyse the situation. Exercise caution. It'd be easier to list stuff I'm not suspicious of. I'm not suspicious of sound and colour. Mechanics and chemistry also have a trueness about them. Most anything, I don't have a top 10 list of things I'm most suspicious of. But if I had one, the left-right complex would be number 1. Number 2 would be their sole accomplishment.
Something is off here. You feel like it should be the other way around.
No, politics is an inert complex of daily corruption and inane think pieces. The real paradigm is economic, and it concerns This is where the innovation happens. It's only a theory, but I suspect they're breeding a pig-wheat hybrid. Probably in Grad. I prefer not to. Both ask the wrong questions. Any spark of light from either one is accidental. Their combined movements only concern the original mistake was assuming that words have more being than bodies. It's our only shit. We should make better use of not being animals or cereal grain ourselves. Correct.
He can't help but doubt your sincerity in this matter. There is no other way. You are a police officer.
Precisely. The status quo doesn't need to be loved.
His eyes flicker.
But life is true if it's free from fear, and internal division among oneself. In others, mankind, there's seeds of greatness in it. A germinal will come, a return to trueness, beats and bright lights to shatter falsehoods, nerve impulses for the collective body. We are very much alike in basic structure.
Just like that. The speed freak is right in your face. His eyes, but rejection of the right-left axis. Emphasis on unity, appreciation of some primordial mode of being. What does that remind you of?
Nationalism, militarism, racism, and emphasis on a leader character are totally absent in hardcore.
He picks up a wrench and scratches his head with it, unaroused by fascism.
На шуме.
Utmost dedication. Thoughts from the spinal cord. It's a potent...
The term also signifies certain varieties of pornography that depict penetration, just so you know.
Egghead usually has a better concept of the hardcore. He just really likes saying hardcore.
Hardcore!
Maybe you're being too specific about it. Try consulting with your spinal cord. Many non-Occidental cultures share a beat at their art. Thus, they are closer to true, hardcore life. There's just never been enough of them. And oh yeah, sure thing. They're hardcore. They're just clothes. It's just a style, you know, normal hard style. Anyone can wear it.
Секундочку. Сейчас в концептуализацию как наряжусь, блядь. Нахуя я этим занимаюсь вопросом? Я что, ёбнутый? Да вы гоните. Блядь, писателям... Вот как... Ладно, много вопросов. Те, кто это писал, они что, серьезно? Прям конкретно тут подзаморачивались, да? Пытаясь понять или построить более-менее весьма стройную теорию на основании наркотического угара. В зависимости от болезненного ритма. И басов. Мне подсказывает, что мне концептуализации может не хватить. Ну ладно, попробуем то, что есть.
Yo, man. What's on your mind?
Охуеть. А где эта концептуализация вообще? Где-то здесь? В психике? Нет, нихуя, у меня концептуализация 8. Концептуализации, друг, у меня 8.
Yo,
Как
man.
так-то?
What's on your mind?
Охуеть, не встать.
Yeah, it's all ecstatic vibrations, totally transcendent. And I've finished setting up the new compressor too. Now the only thing left to do is the name of the club. Will you do the honours, detective?
The name. Everything I managed to come up with sounds just wrong.
Andre's overthinking it.
Yes, you should do it, detective. It would be good for the signs. Lloyd's right. You've helped us so much. It's the right thing to do.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't build a club, and I wouldn't name it.
An underground place with no name? Sounds like something the Crabman would say.
We're not going with anything the Crabman would say.
Why not? The Crabman has ideas.
I don't care. I don't like the Crabman, and I don't like his ideas. His ideas are spooky. Next, please. How about something simple? Like the club?
Too modern and too ironic. We don't want ironic. We want real. Real and true and beautiful. Like a morning after the rave. Yakukata! Yakukata! The place to be!
Yeko Qatar, the zone of ecological catastrophe. That's too morbid, Egg.
Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! No, it has to be bigger than hardcore. Yes, it has to be even bigger than hardcore to the mega. It has to be bigger than the scene. The amnesia.
Like the... I can't remember the name of the club, amnesia.
Amnesia! It's not amnesia, guys.
I don't.
Good. We have too many opinions anyway. You have? Well, what's the name?
Нет пощады демонам ярости, полная хуйня. Западный ревашоль слишком просто.
Like that DeLorean word for the world, you mean? Elysium.
But Disco Elysium? Isn't it wacky? Disco's kind of gone, isn't it? Forgotten.
The past is the future, but the future is dead. No, it's beautiful. Beautiful and brave. Like we want it to be. And short. And memorable.
It's settled then. Everyone welcome to Disco Elysium.
Andre breaks into frenzied dance-like motion to celebrate the name. Someone to... You should go with the flow. Join in on the experience. It feels good. It feels right. But what is this? What is this thing that Andre is doing with his limbs?
I'm dancing!
That soft core gyrating is supposed to be dancing?
Yes, my man!
Talk? What is there to talk about if you can express yourself with moves? Audio waves thump against your ribcage. The speaker setup makes everything sound much better. But there's a noticeable lack of something.
It's to express my
Is that a bald spot? It's hard to tell for sure with the fused together spikes, but it looks like he's balding.
All because I'm balding, yes. I want to fuse the remains of my hair together before it... I want to show my hair. I don't give a fuck how old you think I am. I'm 20. Not 20. Of course it is. Otherwise, I'd just be another poor guy with no education and no money. General issue, man. Now I'm all that, and I have radical spikes. Maybe it was a bad idea. Anyway. Goodbye, officer.
Ну окей. Ай, блять, казалось бы, концептуализация 8, сука. И не хватает. Эквилибристика, блять, 4. И не хватает. И чё мне тут качнуть в этот раз? Тарап-тарап-тап. Ладно. Есть только то, что уменьшает электроэквилибр. Сука, ну и слово. Блять. Тут, блядь, на одном месте можно застревать, блядь. На часы. То есть у меня есть две вещи, которые уменьшают эквилибристику. Но... Ща, блядь. Эквилибристика вообще как бы не моё. Невозможно. Три процента при эквилибристике 5. Может, я что-то не понимаю.
Goodbye, officer.
Наверное, я, все-таки что-то не понимаю. Но что, блядь, как? Короче, тут, блядь...
Yo, man. What's on your mind?
Тут концептуализация 8. И 8 мало. Я так хочу.
Welcome back.
Скорость реакции тоже, казалось бы, моё. Тут вообще пиздец. Эквилибристика. Концептуализация, скорость реакции. Грубая сила. Ну да, мне нужно прокачать грубую силу, чтобы пробовать снова грубую силу.
Yes, what is it?
What? I can't hear you. Oh, the project. It's not going well.
There's that guy! I need him to plug a 3.5 cable into the auxiliary input so that I can route the audio signal through the mixer into the speakers.
Ну, чтобы он подключил кабель на 3,5 ко входу внешнего сигнала.
Egghead! A 3.5 cable! Into the auxiliary input! He doesn't listen to me! He only ever seems to care about hardcore and Yekokata! A place to be, apparently!
Черный кабель. Черный кабель на 3,5 ко входу внешнего сигнала.
Thanks! Let me know how it goes!
Good morning! Yeah! Hardcore!
Ладно, качнем грубую силу. Я и блан. Поэтому качнем грубую силу. Проверка. Ничего не уменьшает мою силу, ничего. Хотя я могу сейчас еще прибухнуть, блять, будет вообще здорово. Это футболка. Какой хуйней я занимаюсь? Ёбаный в рот. Но у них тут проверки пиздец.
Good morning! Yeah! Hardcore!
You know it in your lungs where the pressure should vibrate, in your heart that's alone, and in your solar plexus where the hits should land.
What?
Wow, okay. We should start with the melody. But where would we get that stuff from? I'm sorry, I don't know anything about Nordic music. I'm just the party boy. I get the people going and say it's hardcore.
The young man falls silent with appreciation. He even tries to contain his
Basically, what you need to find here is a tape with some banging music on it, so that Egghead could use.
Yeah. Maybe that street hawker across the pawn shop has got some tapes to sell.
Anyway, that's all yours to figure out.
Copman! To the Mega! Yeah! I can route it through auxiliary! What kind of a cable does she use? 3.5? Oh, she uses 3.5. Yeah. The auxiliary lining is 4.5.
Oh no, we're going to be in this church forever.
Сука, Ким, как я тебя, блять, понимаю.
Don't worry, I have an adapter for it right here. Hang on, this is a 4.5. We're all good, people!
Whoa, thank God. Adapters noticeably degrade.
Great! Someone got through to him. Okay, let's get it all set up. Can we turn the...
Everybody! Everybody! Don't panic! I'm going to turn off the Arno for just a sec. For us, the Arno will be back, but we're doing something else for one moment. Alright, go tell her that Egghead is ready to rave to her tunes, and then I'll turn off the music.
Yes, what is it? Think you can ask him to turn the volume down a bit? Just in case.
Maximum! Maximum is the only...
I know it is, but could you please turn it down just this instance?
Pump it to the brick! Pump it to the hard mark!
Gluestein? Okay, there literally is no other way. The mixing...
See? He pumps it to the hard master. It's hopeless. Of course it is.
Yeah!
Never mind then. Let's get on with our project. I'm going to unmute the speakers on account...
Egghead pumps his hand up in the air.
Born ready. Ready.
I'm ready if you two are detectives.
The lieutenant nods stoically. Not so stoically, his hand moves to the gun holster.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mute disengaged.
No wind outside, no waves, no floorboards creaking. Total the woman looks around. In the silence, you see dust move on the floorboards. The driver of the speaker vibrate. In the silence, a low hum starts creeping up your spine. It's a song inside you, not in the speakers, not in the room. A great bass sigh in the bass. It's out there now, in the world. It will devour everything.
Guys, what's going on?
This fragile world is about to break.
It's getting louder.
In the basins, the water looks like it's...
Hosiana! Mother of Mega! The beauty and the beat! The future of dance!
No, Egg! It's the window!
In the corner of your eye, the lieutenant steps aside, cautiously. His eyes...
The window is going to come down! No, the roof!
Cracks appear on the stained glass window. Cracks run up the wooden pillars in the dark.
Come down to earth! Love!
Below it, all the bass grows, like the jaws of a giant compressor gnawing on metal and wood. It does its shaking the building's foundation.
Блять, вы что, издеваетесь?
Floor twists. A great pulse arises in your flesh.
That's it. I'm muting it. Shit! It doesn't stop. A seal? Have you?
Yes, I've turned it off. Andre, pull the compressor. The place is gonna...
Fuck! I can't shut it up. The signal's passed. It's not in...
In the mixing desk now, building into a positive feedback loop. This is it. A great roar. The vault of the roof twists above you. Glass shatters somewhere near the door. It's coming down. And then it stops. Totally and utterly. As if there never was a sound. Only your ears still ring from the shock. Everybody is still...
Egg.
I pulled the plug. It was getting too hardcore.
You did good, Egg. Most of the place seems to be intact. Fucking hell. Programmer lady, tell me you were recording that.
4 years. 22 people. Millions of reals. All that time? This is what we were up against.
just erased it.
Yeah, but did you record it though? It was dope. I think we can use it.
Yes, Andre. I recorded it. Damn, I need to send some letters now. Thank you all for doing this. Eggman, you too. And you, officer. I don't know what we've discovered, but I know what it sounds like now. That's the start.
It was very hard not to. I think you're right. There is something going on here. And you need to be very careful with it.
I promise, officer. We will not play it again. It was mathematical information from the anomaly, presented as a waveform. That's what it was technically. I have no idea. I've never even heard of anything.
A voice seems muffled in the silent church. It's your ears adjusting after the exposure.
Yes, our lead designer. And maybe some of the producers too. And some of the writers. If they need to hear about this, don't worry, I won't send the recording. Although I doubt they have the speakers to produce the frequency anyway. Stay here! I'm going to stay here with these lunatics. Send letters, maybe meet Sulisvov. Also devise further measurements.
I want you to know that's totally chill with us.
I don't care, but thank you anyway. Now, I have a theory to come up with. Some kind of preliminary explanation to all this. Or the letter would...
Yes, and we have to get back to stabilizing Martinez.
Да ладно. Как ты будешь
Instead of
восстанавливать?
demolishing it with loud bass noise of unknown origins.
Some tiny hard thing lets go in your stomach. You don't know enough about the world. But that Joyce, if you knew all she knows,
Не знаешь про серость.
could put it together.
Ебать. Минус 10, блядь. При том, что у меня логика основной. Вы охуели, блядь, накинули. Блядь. Ладно. Вынужден сохраниться. Блядь, на интересном месте, но что-то вдруг внезапно все пошло достаточно быстро. Не сходя с места, блядь, творится дичь. Ладно, до следующих разов. Всем спасибо.